Hello, citizens of YouTube land.
Hey,
It's your president and your VP, and we're back once again with the next installment of the Carrie trilogy. This time it's Carrie 2002.
sorry if we look a little tired, guys. We just woke up not that long ago.
Yeah, we're actually filming this one early in the morning as it's currently
5:23.
5:23 in the morning. So you're welcome, guys. We do it for the content and do it for you guys.
Also, this video is protected by fair use. Any footage we use is owned by MGM. And without further ado, let's do this.
Yes, so
Oh God.
Carrie 2002 is actually a made-for-TV remake, and it premiered November 4th, 2002.
On NBC. This movie was actually supposed to be it's supposed to be the beginning of a Carrie TV series, basically.
Yeah, and it's got Angela Bettis is in the lead role, and might I add that she's actually pretty good, guys, as she brings a certain quality to the Carrie character that was previously kind of missing a little bit from
Sissy
Sissy
Spacek.
SpaceX performance.
Oh,
And I believe that it's this shy awkwardness type of personality that she brings that really drives forward the Carrie character in this version.
yeah. Oh, don't mind my alarm, guys. Sorry.
We'll edit
Oh no.
that part out. We'll edit that part out.
Okay, we had copyright music.
Yeah, because whatever. So, guys, this one begins basically with a flashback, and it's the birth of Carrie, and we're shown right away that Carrie, at the beginning of her life, has these powers.
Yeah.
And so then we get the obligatory. In this case, it's a softball scene, guys, and Carrie strikes out because naturally. Now, the movie also has Catherine Isabel, who you guys who are horror nuts out there will know her from the Ginger Snaps trilogy.
Nice.
And you'll also know her from movies such as like Freddy vs. Jason and a whole host of different films, guys. And she's in a supporting role as the obnoxious and bullyish Tina. And she does a pretty good job as she's this typical witchy type of character, but it actually rhymes with witchy. So, yeah. um, so she basically tells her that she sucks because it's a made for TV movie. It's not what the line would have actually have been because
in the original movie,
Yeah.
because it actually had the R rating.
yeah, hard R.
Yeah.
It's a hard R, guys. So, we get the shower scene, but of course, as we were just saying, that it's a little different as they show different angles and different camera shots that don't reveal really anything. But Carrie, of course, it's basically her 16th birthday, guys, or something to that degree, because
Well, she's a senior in high school, so I don't think
she's a very late bloomer.
Yeah.
And we'll just say that, and that her powers remanifest in this way because she hadn't used her powers since she was a little girl. Because there's this scene where, as a little girl, she witnesses her next door neighbor sunbathing, and her next door neighbor is topless. And Carrie is curious because she hasn't really been taught about these things. And mind you, she's like 8, 9 years old, guys. So she's very curious. And she tells her that she wishes that she could get breasts. Let's just put it out there.
We'll put it bluntly.
Um, because
And then
her mother, being the religious nut job that she is maybe not quite as fanatical as the original Margaret White. We'll just say that as well, that it's kind of a little toned down there.
Yeah. But her next door neighbor's like, wait a few years and you'll get some.
Yeah, basically. And Margaret she chastises Carrie and chastises the next door neighbor. And the next door neighbor was just, like I said, just laying there, just sunbathing. Mind you, behind a privacy fence. It wasn't out in the open. It was, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
So Margaret, of course, like I said, was like really fanatical about it, and she punishes Carrie. And we get this. Okay, we got to talk about the special effects, guys. They are laughably bad. Okay, I mean, we're talking like probably Sega CD level type of special effects. The stones that come down, and right here, guys, right here.
Her things tell the story of who she was proud to be, I see her circling
we got to show a little bit of that. When they come down and they rain fire on the house, you just have to see it for yourself. That's all I can say. We'll show a little bit there. It's so bad. It is so bad. But the movie's actually very. It's driven by the powerful performances of the lead actress, Angela Bettis, of course. So the standard formula moves forward from here, guys. The gym teacher gets involved. She doesn't quite slap the crap out of her like in the previous film.
Chris.
But she gets involved and she's helping Carrie realize that, she can be a little more outgoing and stuff. And like I said, Sue starts to feel bad. By the way, in this version, Sue is an African American. It's not really a big deal, though, guys. Sometimes it could be a big deal, but in this case, it's really not.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, sometimes race swapping a character works. I mean, take Men in Black for an example.
So, she feels bad, of course, and she has her boyfriend, Tommy, take Carrie to the prom. And the Billy Nolan character in this version is more of a psychopath than in the previous version. You just say that as well, because
and Chris is
he's
a lot more
way more evil.
And Chris is a lot more hesitant to pull the prank on Carrie, and it's like, yeah, There's also this one scene where they're like passing a note in class, and then Carrie basically has an anxiety attack, like
yeah.
As it's like very fast paced cutting from her perspective, and
we do have to also mention, because it's so stupid and so bad at the same time, and also so hilarious, that the part where the kid on the bicycle,
oh yeah,
creepy Carrie, right
creepy Carrie, and then she like flings him on. He's still on his bicycle and hits a freaking tree, guys.
Yeah, he doesn't leave his bicycle, guys. In this version, Carrie apparently has magical super glue powers, because the kid remains on the bicycle the whole time.
Yeah.
Doesn't fly off of it. It's just him and the bicycle right up against the tree.
It's so dumb, guys. We love it.
Okay. In this version, though, Tommy asked her to the prom, and she just pretty much immediately automatically says yes. There's no real hesitation. Like in the previous version, it's just, okay, yeah, I'll go.
Yeah, and also there's Carrie's just full of burns in this version as well, guys. Like,
Yeah, because she's like, I know that you think that I'm better than me, but that's okay because everybody thinks that. And she's just full of like little sarcastic quips here and there that
yeah, like
kind of helps her.
in Sue Snell, she she sees Carrie in Target, or well, at least what's supposed to be Target. I don't know if it could be Target or not, but she sees Carrie in Target, and she's like talking to her. She's like, "I know you're not talking to me because your other friends aren't your friends anymore."
Yeah, she basically says something along the lines of, the only reason why you're talking to me is because your other friends aren't talking to you anymore.
And then she
And
even
it's
has the
like so
courage.
blunt and so truth bomb.
And then she even has the courage to basically call Chris the B word, but in a nicer way. Like,
Yeah,
it's awesome.
yeah. So you know, it's the standard formula from here, though, guys, because she has her little tip with her mother, and in this version, it's a little more emotional though because we are shown that Carrie is much more powerful than probably previously thought, according to the first film, anyways. Because it, her powers manifest whether she's like in a heightened, like when she's in a heightened emotional state. It doesn't have to be a state of rage or fear. It can be a state of anxiety or nervousness or even happiness because as she's getting ready for the prom in this version here, we see different little instances where she is where like her tables are moving up and down in her house and
She's
stuff's
like
kind of
anxiously,
floating
yeah, she's
around
like
and
anxiously waiting for Tommy, and she's just like walking around, and there's stuff just floating everywhere, and it's like, and then afterwards, there's actually this funny bit because Tommy knocks on the door and everything comes crashing down, and he's
he
like,
says,
did your ceiling just fall?" And then you hear another crash, and she's like, "It just did." He's like, "Can't see it?" And she's like, "No, it's just time to go."
yeah, yeah, it's like, okay then. So yeah, Billy and Chris have visited the farm, of course, and have done the unfortunate thing that causes the pig not to exist no more.
By
And
bashing its head in.
and I wasn't going to go that bluntly, but we try to work around things like that. But
Well, I
okay,
mean, that's what happens in the original movie, and we went that way.
that is what happens. But oftentimes we try to work around it. Is what I'm saying. Come on, guys, help me out here. Anyways,
Yeah, I don't help them out.
anyways,
Hmm.
they've gathered up the blood and they've got it in the bucket, and one thing leads to another. They don't quite go like the whole slow mo way they did in the first movie, and with the kaleidoscope effect, there's not really any of that.
No,
But they have it
Carrie
just
has this vision basically of her and Tommy dancing together. But then there's like some blood on her hands, and then it cuts back to her, and it's like, wait, was that all in her head? The dance was. It turns out, yes, it was. And then Chris pulls the bucket, in which the entire prank happens.
so it happens. And Carrie, of course, like in the previous version, is full of rage. Like just blind rage. So stuff is happening left and right. Okay. The gym is sealed up. She is just on a rampage.
Yeah.
All right. And she just levels the whole gym. But in this version, because this movie is intercut with flashback sequences, guys, that are helping to tell the events of what happened because this is like a week later. And the book, of course, they have this commission that is determined to find out what actually happened in the events of Chamberlain here. So the she doesn't stop at the gym. Oh no. As she's walking home, Power lines are snapping. Cars are being leveled. Gas stations are exploding. Billy and Chris come along. They're in a truck. Nope.
And you
It's
see,
lights out for them.
so they stop and they see that there's destruction coming around them, and that means that Carrie is around the corner, and so
Yeah,
she's coming
because
up
it's
this
like there's
hill.
a warning of an earthquake, and
It's like they already have warning of what's about to happen, and then Billy's like, you know what? How about I just run over Carrie instead? And Carrie's just like, nope, see ya.
yep.
It smashes him against the tree.
And for some reason, guys, just like in so many other movies and whatnot, like it smashes into a tree, right, guys? Then it explodes.
No, it actually doesn't explode in this version.
Yeah, you're right.
It catches on fire, so it probably exploded later.
But I guess the explanation, of course, could be that Carrie caused the spontaneous combustion. So she's on her way home, and she makes it home. And her mother, in this version, like in the previous version, is convinced that she's a witch, and she stabs her. No, actually, she tries to drown her in this version. And instead of the crucifix death from the first movie,
it's actually faithful to the book, and she stops her heart.
Stops her heart, and that's what causes the end of Margaret White. Now, in this version, though, because it's supposed to be the lead into a TV series, Carrie survives from the help of Sue Snell. Now, I think, guys, if I have to speculate that this TV movie was the lead into like Carrie being almost like an anti-hero, but on the run from the government, like in the movie Firestarter, or like
The Fugitive.
Yeah, The Fugitive, basically. So like Firestarter plus The Fugitive, and you would get probably the TV series Carrie. But this didn't happen, guys.
How cool would it have been
even though the movie was a success because it had like 12 million viewers on NBC when they watched it. So I guess because of the laughably bad special effects that they didn't go any further with it, because it currently, we forgot to mention this earlier, but it currently has a 20% on Rotten Tomatoes. I don't think that's fair at all. Let's go into the ratings. I give this one 3.5 out of 5. What say you?
3 3/4 out of 5.
So there you go, guys. It's a solid 3 2/3 out of 5. It's actually worth checking out. It's the performances are very strong. Just kind of breeze by the special effects, okay? Because it is a TV movie and they didn't have the budget, so you have to remember that. But at least they were ambitious, because the scene with like the stones falling, they really actually wanted to do that in the original movie, but didn't have the budget. And it's probably a good thing, because it might have turned out even worse than what we saw.
And also, they didn't show the entire town being freaking destroyed as well.
But of course, if you've seen Carrie 2002 and you think that it is the worst of the Carrie movies, well, clearly you have not seen Carrie 2013, which we'll be covering next week. So you're welcome, guys, and kind of, just keep us, just hope that we don't go insane from watching that one.
Yeah,
That's all we can say about that, because it's pretty much the exact same movie as the first movie, but way, way, way worse. And we'll get to that one next week. But until then, that's what's on tap for next week. And then afterwards, we're going into the month of Halloween horror, which is Supernatural Edition this year, guys. And stay tuned for that. And of course, as always, guys, also be checking out our videos on the Denny and Son Gaming channel. the one with the purple D, guys. It's real simple. You can just search it up, Denny and Son Gaming. Check out the videos; they're pretty cool.
In which we'll probably be doing just like an. If we get like a Saturday off together, which I'm hoping it's going to be October 1st, we're just going to breeze all the way through The Last of Us and then start the Quarry.
Yeah. So guys, until next time, there isn't anything else left to say except
peace and love from Denny and Son. Bye.